Shut up and sit down.
Hi guys, it's Dodge from Bigmeks Workshop and Paint Studio, and welcome to part 2 of our how to paint a Magmadroth Fyerslayer. And this video is entirely dedicated to the Dwarf Rider, and we started him off with a black primer by Vallejo. Then we're going to use Xenophore lighting effects to do using a wolf grey game air, which I really like that range of paints. Just spraying from the top so we get a nice coverage, just highlighting all those raised areas, especially on his muscles. Then we're going to use Panzer Acer's Yellow Rust, watered down, and we're going to cover the model, give it a good going over all the flesh parts. Make sure you don't miss any of the shaded areas because you're just ending with black on the underneath. Once we've done that, we're going to go and use Cadian Flesh Tone by Games Workshop, water that down quite considerably, and again Xenophore lighting sort of spray from the top just to highlight all those muscle areas. Then once that's dry, leave it to dry fully for quite some time because you don't want to pull the pigment off. We're going to use Games Workshop's Recklin Flesh Shade and give that an entire covering. Now don't let it pool up on the raised muscle areas because that'll ruin the look. Now we're going back to the Cadian Flesh Tone, but I'm using the mix I used for my airbrush and using I think it's a small layer brush by Games Workshop to just re-highlight all those places, all the raised muscles and all that detail. There's quite a lot of detail on the figure, which so it pays off very well to highlight them properly. Let's build those up in little layers. Then it's going to be Kislev Flesh, watered down and glazed on to the highest points of the muscle. At this point his flesh tone doesn't look that well done or like it's bright enough, but when all the other colours go on, it'll really start to stand out. See, now I've blocked in all the black parts, all the detail bits, because we need a nice even colour to work on those. As you can see, those muscle tones really start to pop out after you've blackened him. There is tons of detail on this. I really enjoyed painting this fig. Now we're going to use the same wolf grey again by Game Air to do the beard, because the only condition, Andy had a condition, if I was going to paint his his Magmadroth Fyerslayer, I had to give him blue hair, because Andy's dwarfs have got blue hair for whatever reason, which you'll see in a minute. And it's not regular blue hair because he likes to be awkward. It's blue. It's white hair with blue bits in it, which took longer than I care to mention. The next colour is a blue shade by Game Colour, and that's a wash. It actually seemed very light blue when I put that on. I did mix it with some Lamy and medium because I didn't want to go over the top with that blue and just have a very stark blue. But I think eventually I skip the wash and go ahead and just put it on straight. Now this is what I meant about Andy's hair. This is Magmadroth Blue by Games Workshop, and Andy likes his dwarf hair painted in sections. So it'll go white, blue, white, blue, white. Yeah, as you can imagine with the strands of hair, that takes a considerable amount of time. You could just do it ginger, like on the box, if you want. This is Dragonoff Nightshade by Games Workshop, being washed only into the blue bits of hair. And you want to take your time and keep a lot of control, because you can easily separate, or your bristles can separate and it can go into the white, and then you have to paint those and wash them down again. Then I watered down some null oil with a bit of Lamy and medium, and we're going to cover all the hair, so that will blend the blues and the whites of the hair at the top together, and it'll also give a nice covering of all of his beard. So that's a very well sculpted beard, I think. I actually enjoyed painting it. It seems quite easy to highlight the beard because of the way it's built and sculpted. You can get your brush around.
You like beards?
Gotta like a good beard. This is Gunmetal by Game Colour. Just something different instead of just using lead belcher, but you can use GW's lead belcher if that's what you want to use or that's what you've got. And we pick out the entire blade. Eventually I end up doing the things on his back, half of this colour and then half of the Balthazar Gold, which is what I've painted the handle. I didn't do a full bit of tutorial on that Balthazar Gold because it's in part 1 of this video, where we're painting the Magmadroth itself. Then we're going to highlight this with Ghost Grey by Game Colour. It's basically just edge highlighting, and it's really, like I was saying, it's relatively easy with this beard if you just take your time and find the right angle for your brush to go down. He's also got some plaits in his beard as well that you can't really do with an edge highlight. You're just going to have some decent brush control and keep your hands steady. This was then, the blue was then highlighted with Old Blue. I think that's how it's pronounced. Andy will probably correct me or something. Old Dwarf Blue was then used to highlight the Macragge. And then I think I used an off-white for the final highlight on the beard because we don't want plain white, it's too bright. Just in the top parts of the beard. So you got a good colour transition from the top to the bottom. And like I was saying, the little plaits that he's got are a bit of a pain. And I think this is that same Waldorf blue mixed with a tiny bit of grey, just to lighten it up a little bit more. And we're only going to go and paint the very tops and a little about the tops of each of the blue strands and then about halfway down. So starting halfway down, work your way up with the brush. That way you get a good colour transition. Like I said, I wasn't going to show the metallics on here because they're on the other video. So now we're going to give the gunmetal a wash with no oil. And the Balthazar Gold was then highlighted with Skorax Bronze, I think it is. Oh no, sorry, we're not up to that part yet, but it's the Reclam Flesh shade again. But like I said, there's not an in-depth part on how the metallics were done for this bit of video. It didn't seem necessary to do it twice, but that's going to cover all the Balthazar Gold. Bits around his back and his wrist blade thing, or his bracelet, were done in the same blues, that Old Blue, or whatever however it's pronounced. I wish Games Workshop would sort their colours out, stop changing the names and giving them stupid ones. But that was done the same way as his chair was done. And then obviously, same as before, we're going to give it a Dragonoff Nightshade wash. And then we're going to give it a null oil wash, and the edge highlights of the silver were just done back in their basic colour of was it Rune Steel? And almost forgot the horns, which I started with a Dryad Bark. Taking your time and making sure you don't get any paint on anything else. The blue was highlighted with Thunderhawk Blue by Games Workshop. Just a simple edge highlight around all those parts, but it really brings out the details, and it's a really good colour to go alongside the washed down Dragonoff Nightshade colour. It's the same colour we used to highlight the chair, so you should get a good feel of how much you need to be putting on to get a good colour contrast. Then we used XV88 because that was already on the palette. Starting about 2/3 of the way down the horn and then pulling the paint to the very tip, so it's lighter at the tip of your horn. your time with the horns because it's a very smooth surface and you don't want brush strokes in those. And that leaves some of the dryad bark showing through the underneath. Then I think it's a bit of a shabty bone. Starting about halfway down. As you can see, I'm putting it on, then blending it in with the brush with barely any paint on it. That way you don't get any hard edges where one colour starts and another one finishes. And the final highlight was the shabty bone over the Xandri dust. That's like the last quarter of the horn. So you should have a nice smooth transition. If you wanted to, you could give it a wash to blend it all together, but I didn't find that necessary. I'd got a good transition going on. I didn't bother painting all the straps on his back because you can't really see them when he's on the seat. And there you have it. One dwarf, one Magmadroth, and I hope that really helped with your painting dwarfs and your dragons. It took a while to do the two-part video, so I hope you like the video. Share it with all your friends so they can see it. If you like our videos, hit like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe because we've got more videos coming out every week. And find us on Facebook and find us on eBay. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.